I give the CIA a total credit for sponsoring and initiating the entire consciousness movement, counterculture events of the 1960s.
Welcome back to another episode of Rise to Liberty. We have a very special guest tonight. One of my absolute favorite pages to follow. I've been following you for a long time, it seems like. It's NAMROKNAMROK. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm all right. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Honestly, it's fun to have you on. I'm really excited about this. So, let's just get straight into it. So where did you get into this? What made you decide to start a meme page instead of doing a personal page, and then also what made you decide to do your own memes instead of just recycle like everyone else does?
Well, I started my page after I alienated all of my friends off social media.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it was COVID. It was, deep lockdown.
Right.
And, just kind of watching what was going on and thinking that it was all insane bullshit, and would just kind of started doing a thing where I would screenshot headlines from news stories that would constantly contradict each other, and then I would have kind of a reaction thing for the last panel on Instagram.
Right.
And I just watched my follower count tick down. Every post I'd lose 2 or 3 people. and it got to the point where I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun, and I thought it was funny. And I said,
right.
I told my wife, I'm going to do this until nobody follows me. But it eventually got to the point where I started to get worried about how what I was doing on social media might affect my wife's relationship with her friends and family. Because I mean, my wife's a millennial, and they skew very liberal. So all of her siblings and all of her friends and stuff were really sick of my shit. and then and I started doing a couple original things and would just drop them randomly on the internet. And then I saw a big account on Instagram called Anti-State reposted one of my things, and it did really well. And I thought to myself, well, I could do this, and started the NAMROKNAMROK account, and it's been farting along ever since.
Yeah, no kidding. How many followers across both platforms?
12,000 on Instagram and close to that on Twitter.
I mean, that's not nothing. That's enough to make people angry or make people happy.
I mean, I caught the attention of Israel.
Right. So
that was a funny one.
Right.
A bigger in a group chat, another sort of meme account who's way bigger than me said, "Oh wow, someone's Googling me in Israel." So I thought, well, I'll check Google Trends for my name and narrow it down to Israel and see if anybody's looking me up. And turns out it was, and that didn't feel good.
That would have creeped me out.
Yeah, because I haven't been the most careful with covering my tracks, but I think I've done pretty good of kind of keeping a wall between my real life and this persona.
Right.
And to see that, I mean, if intelligence wants to know who you are, they're going to find you.
Right. Especially them.
Yeah, especially them.
So, I mean, what was it, because you started gaining followers, you stuck with it? Because most people just die out and stop doing it, especially because of the COVID thing. They were just like, oh, time to go back to real life.
No, I mean the gaining the followers was kind of a rush, but like coming out of COVID and not really having any friends and not having a ton of hobbies, ton of other hobbies besides
Right.
farting around with art and cooking. I just it's a creative outlet.
I mean, you're really good at it.
Oh, well, like I'm not very smart. I can't express myself through writing, but I can edit simple images pretty well, and I can put together like a 2-line joke. So
I mean, hey, you do it better than a lot of people. So, and like I said, most people, if they do a meme page, they just recycle other people's. So,
oh yeah,
it's
that's frustrating as an original content creator.
right. But I see your stuff gets swiped all the time.
Yeah.
So all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, it's flattering.
Right.
Especially when they take credit for your work.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous that we have to put watermarks on anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, my thing is always just give credit,
Yeah. Well, and I only did that because I'm like, oh, well, these big accounts do this. And I assume it's more of like the people who are interested are going to see that and Google it and find you. And
right.
So that's why I did it originally. And yeah, so and then it gives you an opportunity if some big account reposts your stuff, you can get in the reply and say, oh, hey, I made that. Come follow me for original content.
Right. I mean, it seems like there's not a whole lot of actual original memers, though. Like there was.
There was, and that's the thing is, I think algorithms have really been skewing views because a lot of the accounts I was kind of very friendly with while Biden was president, I don't see any stuff anymore.
Right.
Like I don't see any of their stuff anymore, and I don't see them interact with my stuff anymore. And I don't know, maybe they block me, I don't know. A lot of those bigger meme accounts still follow me and shit. And, they were very cordial under a different administration. But if you still complain about the same stuff, even though the president changes, apparently I'm the traitor.
Right. I mean, that's pretty like normal for somebody who's consistent, because I always get called, a leftist by the righties and a righty by the leftists. And it's like, I'm neither, but thanks,
Well, and it's
like
your views make an average Republican look like a communist.
Right. Right. Exactly. And I like it that way.
Yeah. Like I remember do you remember when Biden was trying to do the student loan payback thing? I don't know if you call it amnesty or what, but the government was just gonna pay off
student loan forgiveness.
And I'm in a group chat with presumably very right-wing Republican accounts, and watching these guys and being like, oh man, that sucks that the Supreme Court shot that down because I was really hoping for that. Meanwhile,
okay.
Wow. me personally, my father-in-law had recently passed away, and my wife is kind of trying to decide what she should do with her life insurance money. And I'm like, well, it's enough to pay off your student loans, and then we don't have that monthly payment. And so because it was her loan, it's her money to pay back. It's not the responsibility of any other taxpayer.
Right.
And we did the responsible thing. And then these supposedly conservative people are like, oh man, I was hoping for that free shit.
Have you noticed that though? Like now that Trump is in office, they all seem to be socialists.
Oh yeah, they totally are. They want their free shit. They don't want gay free shit. They want straight free shit.
Yeah, right. As long as it's wearing a red hat,
yeah,
it's fine. It's fine as long as it's not Bernie Sanders free shit.
Yeah, that Bernie Sanders free shit. That's gay. We want good straight Christian free shit.
Right, exactly. This is so funny. Oh man, but I mean, I always called the conservatives the yeehaw socialists. So
that's a good way of putting
it. That's just, I don't know. It's always bothered me just because, especially when I was involved with the Libertarian Party and stuff, because Republicans would run on libertarian ideas.
Yes.
And I'm like, you guys don't believe this.
No.
Like you say you do, everyone thinks you do, and then you get into office and you grow the state. You raise taxes. Property taxes always go up. More restrictions. Tell me again how you're like a constitutionalist and back to the roots or whatever. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't get it.
Kind of like since Trump has been president, there's been a couple of mass shootings involving transsexuals.
Right.
And now these 2A Republicans are very pro red flag law. If it only apply, because they're all playing 8D chess, but they couldn't win a game of checkers.
Right. That's such a crazy idea too. Them wanting the government to be able to determine who is mentally healthy or not. Like that's scary.
Coming off a time and a place where they were psychologists were publishing studies and saying basically pathologizing normal male behavior, like toxic masculinity. They were calling a mental disorder.
Right. I mean, they were also saying the same thing during COVID, people that didn't want the vaccine or whatever, there's got to be something wrong with them.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing is, I think in the timeline there were plenty of Trump supporters who were very cautiously optimistic about the prospect of a vaccine, but a lot of people were like, well, I'm gonna wait like 6-8 months and see how the first round of people take, and then maybe I'll get it. And even hesitancy, doing a little research was bad.
Yeah, just waiting.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I mean, I didn't end up getting it. But when it rolled out, I told my wife, I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait like a good 8 months at least, and then after like 2-3 months of seeing what was going on, it's like, oh, I'm not getting that shit at all.
Yeah, I remember. So I was working for a beer distribution company at the time, and I worked in the warehouse. So we were always standing far apart. There's a pretty small crew. The boss offered everyone $100 to get it. The incentive. Funny. There was like 2 or 3 people that jumped at it immediately, and then I led a mini rebellion in the warehouse.
I'm gonna get $100 for myocarditis.
Yep, you'll die, but you'll have $100.
$100.
Yeah, it was
night out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just so interesting during that time. Like, I think I've been thinking about COVID a lot more lately, just because it kind of feels like it's gone back to normal. And
yeah.
Right.
Well, and the history's already be rewritten, so that's why I think it's very important that people remember the timeline and sequence of events and how not scary and like scary in terms of, and not in terms of like the deadliness of this disease, but in like what people were doing to each other and what
the response, they were enabling
the government.
Right. The response was terrifying.
Oh,
that's how my show came about.
Like I had my buddy's wife was a high school teacher while this was happening, and we went for a visit, and I just started asking questions like, "Hey, so how's the remote learning going?" She's like, "Oh, none of the kids are doing it." And I said, well, what does that mean? She goes, well, what do you mean? And I said, do these kids graduate and or, go to the next grade? She's like, yeah. I said, nobody's getting held back, even though you all know that they're not.
So they're not doing anything and they're just pushing them forward.
Yeah. She was just kind of like, she shrugged. She's
Cool.
like, yeah, basically. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, that's what they were kind of doing that before the pandemic anyway, but.
Right. I mean, let's be honest. A high school diploma is the most worthless piece of paper ever. And it actually gets less and less valuable every single year.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. In fact, I tried to get a job at this company that required one. So I never graduated high school.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's actually never been an issue except for this one job, just because it was a requirement. And they wanted to hire me so bad. And I argued with the foreman about it. I said, look, because education declines every single year, you're required to hire retards that are more retarded every single year. And he sat there and he had never thought about that before. And he's like, oh my God, you're so right. And this is the stupidest thing. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I would work here in a heartbeat, but your corporate managers or whatever want retards working here.
It reminds me of Tommy Boy, the guarantees on the box. Guarantee,
right. Right. That's funny. I love that movie. But yeah, man, it was such a crazy time, and it's almost like everyone's forgotten.
Yeah,
because it's been just long enough.
Yeah.
So.
And they're like, well, no, it wasn't. They'll say we didn't do that. It's like talking to my mom. I don't remember it like that.
Right. So that's about the time you started your I guess persona.
Yeah.
So did you expect it to blow up, or was it like a complete shock?
Oh, I'm shocked anytime anything does well.
Right.
That's the God's honest truth. And most of the time it's shit you slap together.
Right.
Stuff you really work hard on, and you're thinking about like the different layers of this joke.
Right.
And
you think it's going to do well.
You post it and then some fucking hipster likes it or something, but the simplest, basest thing is always going to do the best.
Right. Yeah, I was just going to ask, I bet you've learned quite a bit since starting all of this.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, in a sense I have, but not. It hasn't really changed my behavior because I have a deficiency where as long as I think it's funny, I'm running with it.
Dude, that's the best.
And but yeah, I got a lot of help. I mean, when a bunch of the sort of Trump supporting big accounts kind of found me, and they were helpful. I'd get tips of like, hey, don't do your font like that because it just looks off. You want and I actually got a lot of help from what's his name? He's like the biggest dude in the MAGA meme sphere. Right to Bear Memes.
Oh, okay.
He taught me a lot of editing tricks, and he was always super cool.
Right.
But I
actually had a lot of really good interactions with like the larger. They're not really meme accounts, but I guess the MAGA accounts.
Yeah,
but they're huge.
Like
teaching you how to grow your channels and everything, and they're just totally wide open about it. And they're super nice. Anybody that's just halfway nice to them back, then it's kind of interesting. But I did notice, so the reason I love following your page, not past tense, current, it's the reason I love memes, right? Because a meme will only work if it's true.
Yeah.
Like, you can't lie in a meme and it be funny, which is why the left can't meme. It's not because they can't meme, it's because they're a bunch of liars. And their positions are bullshit. So
they write a book.
Right.
You know, they'll write a whole book because they want to try to get their point across, but also make sure you don't interpret it the wrong way.
Right.
So they could be fine. They could be fine if they didn't care what other people thought, but they care what people think so bad that they're gonna write a little novel and they're gonna squeeze it into an image, and then only a really dedicated leftist is gonna read that shit. It's like,
hey, lady.
Hey, lady.
Hell yeah. That's so funny. You know, I've noticed as like we've gotten out of Biden, we're now into Trump 2.0. I mean, it definitely seems like they're trying to control the information war, for sure. I mean, have you noticed a drop off in any of your engagement?
Oh yeah.
I know you were mentioning the algorithm seems weird earlier,
especially since this war started. I mean, not even like since February. I'm talking like last June.
Right.
Any anti-war thing I did about Ukraine was fine. Like, it did well.
Right.
Because I guess it was from the right perspective. But if you still kind of don't like the prospect of escalating regional conflicts into another world war, if in regards to the Middle East, you're doing it wrong, and the algorithm punishes you.
Interesting.
Like
I've had some stuff recently, like the stuff that takes off.
Mm-hmm.
But then other stuff that dies, it just dies quick.
Well, and it's a weird thing too, because if you do like J content,
yeah,
that does great in a reply on Twitter, but as an original post, it's fucking dead unless the right person sees it and retweets it.
Right. And then still, it's got to be done within a certain amount of time, otherwise dead in the water.
And that's the thing too, is like back a couple years ago, all of the tips I got about, if you want to be successful on Twitter and like grow your shit, you got to be in replies and you got to be early.
Yeah, the reply guy thing.
Yeah, and then I don't know, I didn't really I struggled with that because I don't like the idea of being like a reply guy.
Right.
But now, as far as they screwed with the payout, the way they compensate on Twitter now. So replies don't make you any money.
They didn't really to begin with, right?
I don't know, man, because that's the thing, is like I would barely do posts in my own timeline,
right?
And I was still making money. I was making like $40-50 every other week, and now I fucking have nothing.
Right.
Like, I don't even get paid on Twitter no more.
And I know a lot of people have had issues with that. And then I just saw somebody today say that their payout was like 2 or 3 times what it has been the last several months. And they were like, I don't know what changed this last week, but I just got paid 3 times my normal pay.
Yeah, if I knew how to juice the algorithm on Twitter, I'd be way more successful, but I'm still here shitting around posting stuff I actually believe.
I think this is actually an important discussion because this is all about the control of information, and the fact that they have their foot on the neck of the American people. Because I mean, as much as I don't like it, Twitter is the public square.
Yeah.
Any other platform, it's not the same. It's Twitter's the only platform that could be like that. I guess we could actually still go out to the public square. There's nothing stopping us other than us, but well, that and nobody's going to be there. But
print memes on stickers and go slap them on phone poles.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. And we're getting shown up by the Brits right now with all of them destroying all the security cameras. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, I think that you'll see that here if they start kind of rolling out that like flock stuff,
right?
Like large scale. I know a guy who lives out in Colorado, and he was just telling me that in his area, the backlash for the flock contract was so immense that the local municipality canceled it. So they're not going to do flock,
that.
But they're going to contract someone else. So they're probably going to contract some company with less name recognition, and the same thing's going to be implemented. So hopefully a bunch of Zoomer kids go on with spray paint and angle grinders and
sawzalls.
Solve this problem.
Right. So
I'm not advocating violence. I'm talking about Minecraft.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Total joke.
Yep.
Don't, you know. So I was actually doing some research on like psychologically kind of what a meme is, how it works, what it does. Because now it's a complete science, which is fucking crazy to me. And in fact, so the word meme was actually coined by evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins in 1976. He described a meme as a unit of cultural transmission. The same way a gene carries a biological information, a meme carries an idea and spreads it. Dawkins' point was that ideas replicate, mutate, and compete for attention, just like an organism does. Today's memes are the fastest moving form of communication on the internet, and researchers have confirmed they shift political opinions, drive purchasing decisions, and can move entire cultural conversations in a matter of days. So, like, as simple as it is, it's probably the most important form of communication in our society today. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation with you, because like I said, I absolutely love your memes. In fact, the one I saved is the Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, the rabbit season, duck season, but it's false flag or psyop season. Love it.
It's funny because it's the same thing.
Right.
It's still a hunting season.
Right, exactly. But I think it's super important. I know you were kind of like downplaying it, but I think you really do play an important part in the cultural conversation, because you're able to take those simple ideas and spread them. I've seen how far your memes go. I've tracked them.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
That's more than what I do.
Well, I was just curious. I mean, I've tracked other things too, just to see where it goes on the internet. I'm just weird like that. And it's amazing.
Oh, one time I Googled my handle and I discovered that iFunny, like my handle is like a hashtag on iFunny.
You've made it.
Yeah. And I've never posted once on iFunny. See, this is the thing. I don't
know anybody that's ever done iFunny.
Yeah, I'm terrible at self-promotion, and I'm terrible at group activities, right? Because I would get invited to these sort of group chats or Discord servers,
hangouts and stuff.
Yeah, like networking and stuff. And
right.
I don't want to do that, because I don't want you people influencing what I'm doing.
See, that's base though. I mean, that just means your memes are going to just be more straightforward, more you. So,
well, and and as powerful as these things can be in as far as change, I don't know, like changing minds and opinion and affecting the culture, it's infiltrated, man. It's infiltrated bad.
right.
And the powers that be, they know how powerful this form of communication can be. And I like at one point I was in a group chat with all of the biggest MAGA memers, and I'd wake up, check my phone, look in the group chat, and then be like, hey, there'd be a message from somebody saying like, hey, Poso really wants us to hammer on this issue. Or like, someone on Trump's comms, like they would like name people and say,
Right.
so-and-so wants us to hammer on this issue. So everybody starts doing kind of like the bidding of the administration.
Right.
And it's the behind the scenes social media stuff is weird. I don't like.
Did you see the video from Ashley St. Clair? And she broke down how the whole MAGA thing, how it works, and how the influencers work.
I did, and I thought to myself, well, yeah, that's what I saw.
Right. I have to give it to them that they understood how all of this worked and why it was important.
Mm-hmm.
Very forward thinking, because I had been involved in local campaigns and not that long ago, nobody was hip to it at all. Like people were still talking about automated text messages and shit. I'm like, no.
Chains.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The mailers. Okay. Like door knocking and stuff. And it's like, that's not how you're going to reach anybody. You're going to piss everyone off, and then you're not going to get the vote.
I'm upset when I get mail.
Right.
Yeah. Why are you sending me a letter?
It's always like that Mitch Hedberg joke. It's like, here, you throw this away. Like that's how I always feel with the mailers or just anything, especially the bills. I wish I could throw them away, but
yeah. Jury summons.
Right.
Throw that in the garbage.
Right. Now, in your opinion, let me tell you what I kind of think. Trump was definitely a Trojan horse, because now that he's in, he's obviously a complete 180. But it's almost like worse than when Biden was in, culturally speaking.
A little bit ago, you said this is Trump 2.0, and I almost said, well, it's kind of Biden 2.0.
Yeah. Which is really just Obama 3.0.
Yeah, and Bush 4.0.
Right.
Like now we know what that Jeb Bush presidency would have looked like.
Right. It's just like the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all of the neocon shit that they said they hated so much
right
in 2016 is exactly what they're cheering for now. And it's like, but I don't know, but somehow it's 9D chess. And if we're patient, somehow this is going to pay off. And
right.
It's, I don't know, it's pathetic. I don't know. I don't know. Every other day I'm on the verge of quitting.
Yeah. Me too.
I'll be on the verge of kind of quitting this, the social media stuff, just because I'm not coming up with ideas. And, but then I don't know, something new will happen. Like I'll be in a funk for a couple days and something new will happen. And then I'll get like a flood of ideas and good jokes. And then I'll be like, oh, maybe I won't quit.
Right. Honestly, this is probably one of the hardest jobs I've ever had, is like content creation.
Staying constantly connected is draining.
Yeah. Even just trying to maintain like your followers or whatever. I see why people get hired to do this. Like, I don't want to do it. I'm doing it for free. In fact, I'm paying to do it, you know? Like it's a nightmare. Yeah.
Year.
Yeah, exactly. Just so I can post longer things, you know? I can say stupider shit that only goes to 400 people.
Well,
you know?
And like getting monetized on Twitter is it fucks you up because then you feel more motivated to stay connected and post and stuff.
But then you're literally on there all day.
I know, and I hate Twitter.
Right.
And I got monetized on a fluke. I had something go super viral. There was a thing. It was around the time that there was some sort of man on the street interview where a guy was asking women if they were lost in the woods, would they rather run into a bear or a man?
Yeah.
And they were picking the bear. So I did a thing like, would you rather be pulled over by a bear or a lady cop?
That's great. That's great.
And that did big numbers. And I opened Twitter and it suddenly I was eligible for monetization. So then I'm like trying to figure out how to do, get that free money.
Right.
And but ever since then, it's just kind of like I was worried about the money, and now that I'm not getting money, I'm not worried about the money anymore.
Right.
I'm worried about not emotionally dying every day.
Right.
Watching, A, what the government's doing, and B, just the way these people lap it up. Like, how are these the same people that were with us against COVID?
Right.
Who are cheering on this horseshit now?
Right. That I don't understand. Honestly, I think about it daily. Just in fact, I have to take breaks from Twitter.
Oh yeah,
because it's almost too real, like it's way too in your face. And I mean, my feed is just fucking depressing. So that's why I talk shit to people, and like I'll just say some of the meanest things. And I'm not trying to be mean. It's just I'm trying to shake it up a little bit, It's just like I don't know. It's really interesting. I think there's definitely something going on now, though, because everything seems different now that like Palantir is super involved with everything. Like,
a big thing I think is the AI generated memes. Like now that
right,
you don't have to learn how to be creative with image editing. You can just say, hey Grok, make me this meme, and they churn out this slop.
Right.
So now you're kind of wading through stupidity and terrible art, and it's a slog, man. It's more of a slog now than it was during COVID.
I saw a picture just like 2 days ago. A guy had built a extension for his browser. And it basically all it did was remove all AI generated material on his LinkedIn profile. And it basically removed the entire fucking thing. It's like a white page.
I want that for the whole internet. Can you can you make that as an extension for Brave that it does it for the whole internet? Because shit, you can't even love that. You can hardly watch YouTube videos anymore without it just being YouTube AI slop.
Right. And it's kind of getting a little bit difficult to pinpoint some of them. The voices are getting a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point you could tell almost immediately, but now I've watched a few videos and I've been like 5-10 minutes in and I'm like, this is fucking AI. It's like, I can't believe I just wasted 15 minutes of my life, Yeah. It's like they're just reading Wikipedia, This is bullshit.
I just wanted to watch a video about a rare Buick Grand National.
Right. I don't know, man.
I've got tricked into watching YouTube videos about sort of movie, I guess, trivia. I don't know.
Right.
And I'm watching it. One specifically was about like actor is shit talking Val Kilmer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like why these actors will never work with Val Kilmer again. Well, and as it's kind of going along, it's naming films that don't exist. It's naming. It's like when Sam Elliott worked with Val Kilmer on this sequel to Wyatt Earp. It's like that movie doesn't exist. There's no such movie. Like this is just fucking slop.
No wonder why like AI psychosis is happening. You know, it's one thing to use these things as a tool, to use a hammer as a hammer, but then when you start talking to it like it's a human, like that, apparently, even some like people who study AI psychosis are actually falling prey to it. Like some of the research scientists. And I was like, oh, as soon as I read that, I was like, that is about the most terrifying thing I've ever seen, because nobody's safe now.
No. Well, I mean, there was a big story that I saw on a bunch of posts the other day about some like MAGA babe apparently tricked a bunch of simps, and it was some Indian guy created a fake Instagram account of some hot chick who would wear American black flag bikinis,
right?
And he's like, I put myself through medical school with this account.
I mean,
and I don't understand how people can't see it. And I don't know if it's
right.
Like, not to be pretentious, but I have kind of an art background. So my ability, like my uncanny valley senses are kind of high.
Right.
And, you know, it's kind of like spotting AI is kind of like, to me, in my mind, it's kind of like spotting a trans woman. Like how did you not know that was a man?
Right.
Like, it's so like
everything, the hands,
everything about the proportions of this person are not female, but somehow you're going to pretend that you were tricked into thinking that this was a woman. And that's how I feel about AI sometimes. like everything about this is slightly off. How did this fool you?
Right. It's not human. I feel like that's how it's going to be with robots starting to come in, you know. Like
I'm terrified of robots.
We're going to know that they're not human.
Yeah.
They're going to be close. They're going to be close.
And it's probably it's going to be driven by like lonely men, because it's going to
100%.
It'll start with sex robots,
and
then slowly but surely,
it always starts with the porn industry. Any like new invention, like DVDs, started with the porn industry. You know,
VHS was the beat Betamax, even though Betamax was technically a better technology. VHS was cheaper, so the porn industry adopted that for shooting.
Right. And then boom,
and
then gone Betamax. It is going to start with sex robots. And especially now, because there's such a large portion of the male population that doesn't want to date, doesn't want to get married.
Oh, no.
And I don't blame them. You know, I'm not saying that, but this is a massive problem. You know,
I think it's dangerous. I think it's a dangerous problem, because I have a nephew who is, 19, 20. And he is kind of like on the shit that we're on.
Right.
And he's looking at the world around him and he's mad. Like these young men are mad.
Right.
And that's a recipe for disaster, especially when the women in their lives have no sympathy for what these young men are going through. It's going to be scary.
Well, I think Tim Dillon said it best. It's like, generations before us kind of ate the propaganda up, because at the very least you still got a little chunk of dirt. You could, pretty much pay for your family on one salary, buy a car, like you could have something. You don't have that anymore,
No.
You literally get in the pot and eat bugs. You'll own nothing and be happy, and people are not okay with that. Like, you can treat people like shit if you give them something in return, it's like at any job I've ever had, you can, the worse you treat me, the more you have to pay me.
Oh yeah.
You can treat me like dog shit if you pay me, So it's now nobody's getting anything in return, constantly giving. And you couldn't pay me to be in a younger generation.
No. And so I don't know, like, so I'm like pushing 50, and
right.
I like sometimes I feel like I just got in there. Like, I just managed to get married and buy a house at the right time.
Right.
And now everybody behind me is going to be struggling in a way that like as bad as I thought, things were for my generation. Like, these kids are they're sunk.
Right. Well, fuck Federal Reserve, let's see, we're 120 something years in, and yeah, it's about time that it's gonna really start falling apart.
I just remember, didn't you do a show with Jared Griffith?
I did.
That's so cool.
Yep. Yeah, that honestly, that was like one of the coolest moments of doing my show, because without him, like, I don't know if I would be, an alternative thinker quite like I am, because I picked up his book, the Creature from Jekyll Island, when I was in high school. So,
see, I wish I had picked up on things younger. Like, I've always basically had a very basic mistrust of systems and authority.
right.
But I was just more concerned with kind of like figuring things out on my own. And like,
right.
Like, I'm not going to read books. Reading's gay. And, and I regret that. Like, I guess that's a tip for the youth is, find a bunch of libertarian thinkers and read their books.
Yeah, just don't hang out with them or join any parties. But they got great books. I will admit.
The books are great, but like,
yeah.
And voting doesn't make a difference. It's gay.
Right.
If it made a difference, it'd be illegal. It's a cliched saying for a reason.
Right. Yeah. I ran for office twice. I would actually be interested in running for office again now that I have a whole different perspective. It would basically just be to go in and be like a bull in a china shop kind of a thing.
To be what we were promised with Trump.
Right, exactly.
But do it for real.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, I might one day, but after doing it, and I do recommend it for everyone at least once if you ever want to experience it, because it really opens your eyes. I mean, I spent enough time at my state capitol to hear some shady shit in the hallways, just openly talked about.
Yep.
Little known secret. All the corruption in this country, it happens at city council meetings and county commission meetings out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is just go sit and listen, and you'll find all the corruption right there. It's the craziest shit ever.
Well, they rely on ignorance of what's going on, especially at the local level, because everybody's so consumed with national politics that the local people just do whatever the fuck they want.
Right. Well, and like in my county, the county commission meeting is on a Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning. Who the fuck is going to be able to make that? Like most normal people will have a job and they're going to be at the job at 10:30 on a Tuesday. So that's how they do it though.
And they use their time off for personal stuff or going to the doctor and dentist.
Right. And so when I was still in charge of my county Libertarian Party, I had actually been sent some evidence that showed that our county commission had spent over $62,000 on wine. Taxpayer money. It was on the books, it's just nobody looked.
And in Utah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It was a credit card charge to the DABC, $62,000 on wine. Like, I was like, my God, what a party that must have been.
Like, so was that some kind of budget for like this? So we're going to have this many social events throughout the year.
It was one party.
You're shitting.
No, it was one party. So
must have been good wine.
Some of it was laundered. It had to have been, like some of the money was stolen. But I guarantee there was a lot of it spent on booze, because I know a couple of the county commissioners and glug. So
what is the this is off topic. What is the alcohol situation in Utah? Because the most I know about Utah comes from movies.
Right.
And I know that Utah had like low ABV beer laws.
Yeah, for quite a while.
Did that only apply to beer?
Yeah.
Because they had to, right? They could still sell wine and spirits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just in state-ran liquor stores.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing, is the 3.2 beer, everybody in the United States measures alcohol by weight. Utah measured it by volume. So it was 3.2% alcohol by volume. When you do the conversion from volume to weight, it's actually like 4.2. So, and normal beer, like a normal Budweiser or whatever, would be 5. So
yeah,
it really wasn't that much lower, but it was just a little bit lower. And actually, Utah would still be selling it, except for the brewers came in and just said, "Fuck you, Utah. We're not making it anymore. Fucking suck it," And so Utah had to change the laws about it, because there was only 3 states in the United States that had 3.2 beer, and Utah was the one they said, "Go fuck yourself. We're not making it. The other 2 will follow along."
The other one was Oklahoma, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
See, I lived in Oklahoma for a couple years, about 20 years ago. And that was the culture shock of Oklahoma coming from Michigan, not like in
right.
I was expecting, it's, red state, low taxes, home of the free and the brave. Oklahoma had so many rules and regulations that blew my mind.
Right. And nobody fucking lives there.
Yeah.
It's like oil fields,
Yeah.
And corn.
Yeah. And they had the 3.2 beer thing, but that was for cold beer. It was cold beer only. Right. So you could go to a liquor store and you could buy regular beer, but it was on the shelf and it was warm.
That's a weird law.
Yeah. And then it was like a weird thing where the store owner would buy 2 units in a strip mall. One unit would be the liquor store, and then the other unit would be sort of general convenience. So because you couldn't at the liquor store, you couldn't sell like a pack of matches. Like you couldn't sell a lighter or a newspaper.
Yeah, that's how it is here.
Yeah, so you'd buy like a bottle of whiskey or some beer from a guy on this side, walk out, go around to get like a Coca-Cola, and then the same guy would just walk through a curtain in a hole in the wall.
Hey,
and
fuck it.
Yeah, like, and it just, yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. I think it's very different nowadays, but it's something that I'll bitch about to the day I die.
So as far as I understand, because I worked at the Utah liquor store, so learned quite a bit about the system. There actually are some benefits to it, and I'm not a government guy at all, but there are some upsides. So it's kind of like, do you want to deal with the wild west of the free market alcohol, economy? Because like you go outside of states, so head over to Nevada or Wyoming, which most people from Utah do, so they can get cheaper booze and bigger bottles of it. But sometimes you'll go out of state, just like head over to Evanston, Wyoming or something, and then something that would cost like $30 here will be like $90, and it's because there's no control in the market, right? So, and that's not the only thing, but there are some little benefits like that. So it's trade-off, but then again, the state controls everything. And the store I worked in one day did almost $1 million just in taxes. So, I mean, they're raking it in. So it's a bit ridiculous. And by a bit, I mean a lot, but the 3.2 beer is, as far as I understand it, is actually kind of a leftover from the days when 18-year-olds could drink. So 18-year-olds could drink if it was watered down beer.
The thing in Oklahoma was they said it was a prohibition workaround. So
interesting. So it was more like a barley wine instead of an actual beer.
Yeah. So the argument was like a 3.2 volume beer was not an intoxicating liquor, so you could produce it and sell it legally.
In fact, in Russia, it's not. So it's actually sold as a soda pop.
It's probably like in Germany, they call it like Kinder beer or something.
Yeah, right. That's so funny. That's so funny. So where are you from originally?
Michigan.
And
born and raised.
Michigan, you guys can have like home bars and stuff up there, right? Or am I thinking Wisconsin?
Like a bar where I just sell my own beer,
right?
Not really. We do have a thriving like home like brewing and spirit scene,
right?
And there are regulations and hoops you got to jump through, but there are breweries around here where it's just like somebody's house,
right?
So it's like they have like a shed in the backyard, and it's they probably zoned it as a business, and you can just go and it's a microbrew. And
hell yeah.
so we have Michigan has a thriving booze scene,
right?
And it's and if you like booze, it's great as a consumer,
right?
I don't know if it's kind of peaked though. COVID killed a lot of breweries and distilleries,
right?
Because our beautiful large foreheaded governor just kind of did whatever California and New York did.
Governor Whitmer.
Yeah, and when she's not framing dummies on Facebook.
Yeah, framing innocent gun fans.
Yeah, they and it's, I don't know, it's sad how that story has really kind of disappeared, because there's still men in jail.
Oh yeah,
like there's still men in jail, even though the whole world just kind of like knows it was phony.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a big grassroots efforts to try to get these guys out.
No, that's actually what pissed me off about the libertarians, because the guys that got locked up were libertarian.
Yeah.
Like most of them were actual party members. So I interviewed Brandon Cassetta,
Yeah.
And Brandon is such a cool dude. He's such a cool dude. And honestly, it's like he was telling me just like some of the stuff that they were saying, which is what they brought up in court.
Mhm.
And it's like, I've said worse shit than that, you know, like some of the things they were trying to pin on him, they were grasping for straws, you know, just literally kind of like, you know, show me the man and I'll show you the crime kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, totally.
And yeah, that's all it was. Like nobody wanted to do anything, but the feds literally kept trying to like give them their like no limit credit card and say, hey, go buy a bunch of guns. And everyone was like, no, stop. And then they still charged them, man.
And we're like amongst themselves away from the feds where they're like, hey, I think so-and-so's a fed.
A couple of them did. But also there a couple of the guys that got in some real deep shit were also just kind of slower.
Yeah. What was his name? Fox, the guy who lived in the basement of the vacuum shop. And that's my neck of the woods. That's not far from me.
Right.
And that's one of the things about all the social media stuff is getting invited into groups. I have kept at arm's length and
right. Because you don't want to.
Well, yes. Like I'd have people like, hey, dude, you want to join my Discord server? I'd say no. They're like, why not? I'm like, did you see that dudes in my state just got framed for kidnapping the governor?
Right.
Like, I'm not joining your groups.
Right. It's like, nice try, fed.
Oh, dude. And even before I was big, man, even when I had like a follower count in the hundreds, I had accounts getting a hold of me in private messages about buying firearms and stuff through them.
I've had a couple of those.
Yeah.
Like people try to sell me like 80% receivers and stuff.
Yes.
I'm
nice
like,
try, fed boy.
The fuck out of here. Like I had somebody one day ask me just random message. This was right before Biden left. They sent me a message and asked where they could get a illegal trigger assembly. And I was like, why the fuck would I know?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I have nothing to do with that. Why are you asking me? Like
you just seem like the kind of guy that would know.
Right. And I was just like, man, you guys are just everywhere. And now the SPLC thing, you know,
I love that.
Right.
It's
all the right-wing violence and terrorism is actually left-wing.
Yeah. And it's like this money laundering government circle jerk of like SPLC gets government grants, SPLC hires extremists, the government gets to spend more tax dollars prosecuting these extremists.
Right.
And nobody wins.
Right. Except we're all fucked. It's like everyone wins but us.
Yeah. Everybody wins but the taxpayer.
Right. And oh my God. Honestly, so I think like culturally speaking, I think the Epstein stuff like really demoralized us.
Oh yeah.
You know, just because the shit started with, you know, Bondi and everything. It's like, oh, I got the list on my desk. What list?
Well, and it was the biggest. It was other than money, right? Other than inflation, it was probably the biggest issue, right?
Right.
To help get Trump reelected, and it was everything from the the Q shit. Every right-wing social media influencer was talking about it. All those big meme accounts constantly posting, like equating Democrats with the temple on Epstein's. Anytime a Democrat posted a selfie, there was a meme account that would take that selfie, remove the background, and put them in front of. Yeah. Like guaranteed. It was the biggest issue to, they basically memed that Sound of Freedom movie into success over the Epstein stuff.
Well, if you want to go back, I mean, basically 4chan got Trump the first term.
Yeah.
Which turns out was a fucking psyop the whole time.
Yeah.
Because of Epstein creating the poll board. Like, okay. Talk about like a snake eating its own tail, you know?
It's, yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe that's why I've been kind of down about content creation lately, is just the limited amount of disclosures that we're actually getting, and just seeing how fucking controlled everything is.
And now that they're talking about giving Ghislaine Maxwell a fucking pardon,
that's gonna be the funniest fucking thing.
Yeah, she will walk.
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm rooting for it, but just for the joke, just for the jokes, just for the comedy of it,
right?
It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
I can't wait to see the MAGA influencers, or just the influencers on the right, justify it.
Oh, they're gonna twist themselves into knots too, and they'll kind of like with this Iraq war thing,
right?
You know, this not Iraq war, Iran war, where, you know, everybody who's against it, we're gonna share all these clips of Trump saying no new wars, and crowds chanting no new wars, but they're gonna put together a compilation of all the times Trump said that he's never gonna let Iran get a nuclear weapon. As a counter. So they're gonna find something. They're gonna find a group of clips,
right?
And they'll justify it. They'll twist themselves into knots to do it,
right?
Because these people don't fucking believe in anything,
right?
They just hate Democrats.
Exactly. Which is the craziest thing to me. I see that a lot. I'll make some shitty comment to somebody, and just because I didn't agree with them, they'll call me a Trump supporter. I'm like, I'm the furthest thing from a Trump supporter. Because my favorite response is always like, fuck Trump. And then it's like, they don't know what to do. It's like, right. So shut up.
The best thing is if you make if you make a meme or make a post or whatever, and you get called a Nazi and you get called a leftist in the comments
in the same one.
That's how you know you're winning.
Right. That's so funny. So what has been one of your favorite memes that you made? Whether it did well or not, that you were proud of it because you just look at it and say, yep, that's mine.
I made a meme of John McCain in hell playing with his nipples. And
I would have been proud of that one too.
Like, I've never been more proud than replying to Meghan McCain with that picture.
Hell yeah. Did you get blocked for that?
I don't know. She hasn't blocked me, but like the response from people just telling me, like, warmongering, blood-soaked psychopaths telling me I went too far for making fun of this dead piece of shit.
Right. Yeah. I got blocked from Meghan McCain. I can't even remember what I said. I was proud of that one. No, but that was back when like Reed Coverdale was still on Twitter and stuff. So it was pretty easy to get her all riled up. But I said something about like the fact that the picture of her crying on her dad's casket, that shouldn't exist. That's a propaganda photo.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, she allowed them in there. That's fake crocodile tears. She's a fucking psychopath. Like that's fake crying. And I don't, even if it's real crying, I don't care. Like, her whole family is responsible for the deaths of millions. So, like, fuck them.
Who is that? Who is that bitch that was on Tim Pool's show? for the Sour Patch Lids.
Sour Patch Lids, yeah.
She blocked me over that image.
Really? Over the Happy Holidays thing?
Yeah. So the was it Reed who did that tweet?
Yep.
Dude, God bless Reed.
It was his meme.
Dude, God bless Reed.
Yeah.
So she quote tweeted that and to just denounce it, like, oh, this is disgusting. I'm like,
virtue signal more.
And I think I just said it's the funniest thing I've ever seen on Twitter.
Yeah.
And there was a little bit more interaction, and then I was blocked. I don't remember the details. I just remember thinking, like, this is, I think it's the best tweet ever in the history of Twitter.
I mean, when Reed sent it out that year, I mean, it also reached Israel to the point where the Israel Times were writing articles about him, and there was people literally all over the world upset at the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire. Like super successful. It was great, honestly.
Like I know that it's at the end of summer. I want to say it's like around August or September. So when that time of year rolls around, I'll get like a little ding in the back of my head, I'll be like, oh shit, that's coming up. It's right. So I gotta look up the date, and I gotta make a meme, or I gotta make a post.
I was thinking about doing Rise to Liberty calendars, and I was gonna put that on there. So
that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah. So I wanted to just do like little calendars. So like the little square ones. I'll come up with like little symbols. It'll come with a pack of stickers. So just everyone can remember some of like the best holidays. Uncle Ted's birthday, stuff like this. Did you see recently that Tim Pool, Mr. Beanie Man himself, had Randy Fine on his show and shut down the comments to subscribers only?
Dude, Tim Pool's a psyop. There's a guy kind of like you used to listen to a little bit. His name's Mark Grobert. He's really good on the Kennedy assassination stuff.
Right.
And he was kind of like always been, would talk mad shit about Tim Pool and Vice for being a CIA outfit.
Right.
And he would liken it to National Geographic, like under the guise of sort of like, journalism. Somehow these people just get access to all this shit that normal Western media would never get access to.
Right.
So if you just get a bunch of dumb hipsters, they can get into North Korea. Like they can get into these places.
Wow. That was lucky.
Yeah. But we had mustache wax and thick rimmed glasses, so we could get in there.
Right. I just think it's funny to have Randy Fine on that fat piece of shit. Just for anybody who doesn't know, Randy Fine, he's a congressman out of Florida.
Yeah.
He is the most vile human being. And I use human being very like scientifically because like there's nothing human about this man. Yeah,
technically, like under a microscope, he has human DNA.
Right, but outside of that, he is a disgusting human. Just like the way he speaks about, so he's pro little hat people and very anti like Palestinian or whatever, and the way he dehumanizes the Palestinians. Like I'm not even like big on this whole subject to begin with. It's not really my thing. Of course, like, yeah, don't murder people. I agree with that, but it's just not my subject. However, it's disgusting the way he talks about people.
So I guess to give the best example of Randy Fine. Like his probably most famous interaction on Twitter was him talking about bombing Palestine, and then somebody replied to him with a picture of a dead baby in rubble and asked like, how do you feel about this?
Sleep at night?
Yeah, and he's like, I feel great, thank you for the picture. And it's a dead baby.
Yeah, like very graphic dead baby.
Yeah.
And yeah, like there's times that he laughs about like dead body photos and just like some of the most horrific things. Let's see, I was trying to pull some up real quick to get a good example.
Do you mind if I run away for 1 second and use the restroom?
No, you're good. You're good.
All right, I'm gonna mute my mic and be right back.
Right on. So this would be a perfect time for anybody to head on over to my master link, which is allmylinks.com/rise to liberty. I've got some pretty big projects coming out. Let's see. Wish I would have known that he was going to go. I would have had these pulled up. So I have a part 2 to the Satanic Panic written series. It's taking a little bit longer than I expected because I'm trying to make sure that all the sources are correct, trying to make sure that everything is there, because when I release it, I want it to be the absolute best for all of you. So it's taken me a little bit longer than I expected. It's coming, I promise. I've put a lot of time and energy into it, and I'm honestly to the point that I'm sick of it. I want it done, so it's coming, I promise. So that will be over on Beware the Mockingbird on Substack. Currently working on trying to get like premium content ready. So there's always going to be free content on YouTube, Rumble, and X for as long as YouTube will allow me to be on here. But there is going to be premium content for those who are interested in that. I am going to make sure that there are affordable levels for anybody. So, I do need some compensation for some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I can't put in front of a paywall, just because like it would be removed. So unfortunately, just because of the censorship, I have to put some stuff behind the pay. There's actually a lot of stuff I have I just can't put out. So those options are going to be coming. So once again, the best thing you can do is go over to allmylinks.com/rise to liberty and just keep an eye out for things. Make sure and sign up for the Substack, because that guarantees we won't lose touch. I actually have access to the email list. Just because you were a follower, that doesn't mean like I have access to that information. If they ever wipe my channel, that's it. It's gone. So on that note, welcome back, sir.
Yeah, that was like the scene in Austin Powers when he got on pros.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Randy Fine. What a piece of shit.
Randy Fine, giant piece of shit on a piece of shit podcast.
Yeah. And you know what? I used to like Tim Pool, and then it was just like he was annoying. Like I never really liked him, but I liked what he was trying to do, or at least what I thought he was trying to do.
I liked it. I thought he was all right before he had his podcast.
Right.
Like when he would just do his daily videos throughout the day, kind of commentating on whatever news of the day was.
What got him known.
but then when you actually start seeing him interacting people, you really like, wow, this guy's a real fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is. I don't understand the beanie thing. Dude, just admit it. You're bald.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe his head gets cold. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
The excuse that it's like branding, like this is my brand.
Yeah, but he won't sell beanies. He won't sell beanies for his merch. He said it live on air that he won't do it. And it's like, dude, you're like, okay, so you're doing this, but you're not even gonna like go with the joke on it and make money from it, because dude, they would sell out.
Yeah.
But no, he's gonna be a dick about it. So, but if you remember, not too long ago, he had that secret meeting with BB.
Oh yeah. That's probably not his first secret meeting with.
Yeah, I would assume not. Probably just the first secret meeting that they talked about publicly.
What do you call it? Chatham House rules?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So he wasn't able to talk about what they talked about in the meeting.
Well, they talked about like, hey, we need good press for Israel. And
right,
you guys need to figure out how to drum that up.
Right. And then it's pretty much ever, pro-Israel from that podcast ever since. I mean, it was before then too, but it's like staunch.
I haven't watched his live show in probably a good 2 years.
I see clips, usually somebody reacting or Tim freaking out, threatening to quit.
Oh, Jesus. And one of the funniest things I think about his show was when his sort of like freakouts would go viral, and it was always presented as like Tim is putting somebody in their place or something. It's like he looks like a child. He looks like a petulant child, and he's in a room full of adults, and he's yelling at them like they're children. Actually, I know exactly the last time I watched his show is he did a mobile thing from Austin, and he had like Joe Rogan and Alex Jones.
I remember that episode. Yeah,
and they started making fun of the guy that was on CNN. Looks like Mr. Potato Head. He's not on CNN anymore.
Don Lemon? No,
white guy. What the fuck was that guy's name?
I don't know.
Anyway, they're making fun of him.
Right.
They're making fun of him for his appearance. And that was a bridge too far for Tim Pool. And he got very upset at everybody for making fun of his appearance and dressed down like he's yelled at fucking Luke and Alex Jones and Joe Rogan, and I think Michael Malice was in there too. It was pathetic. It was fucking pathetic. And I think Joe Rogan kind of bolted shortly after that because maybe he realized like this is a giant waste of time.
I don't want anything with this. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to be associated with him.
No. I guess the good thing you could say about his show was maybe sometimes he introduces normies to interesting people.
I think like in the beginning, I mean, he had Jose on.
He did have Jose on.
Yeah, a couple of times. So that was back when, that was back when, what's her name? Cassandra was doing his booking. And she was extremely anti-Israel, which wasn't ever an issue until Tim Pool had one of his freakouts and fired like a third of his staff.
Oh,
so
I guess I wasn't.
Brian Stelter.
Brian Stelter. That's his name.
Yeah. Thank you. That was driving me so nuts.
Hey, Freybabe 43.
Good to see you. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. After studying propaganda and psyops so much, that's all I see,
It fucks with your ability to enjoy anything.
Right. It really does.
And even kind of going back to, I've kind of gotten to a point with entertainment where I have a really hard time watching anything new, mostly because it's poorly.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I'll try because I do have a belief that, if you're on this side, I don't really like the whole pill analogy thing, but if you take the red pill or black pill, whatever. I do think that you have to take a little blue pill every now and then to just shut it off and decompress. Otherwise, you'll blow. Yeah. Like you're a pressure cooker and you got to release that valve every now and then. And there's nothing wrong with it if you keep it in check. But
yeah, I'll get sick of politics, and then for a while, the only thing I'm kind of really consuming is analyses of like J.R.R. Tolkien,
right,
or like Lord of the Rings.
Hell yeah,
I've fallen into
politics.
Yeah, like I'll watch, like my comfort food is old interviews with J.R.R. Tolkien.
Right.
Listen to him talk about how much he likes beer and smoking a pipe.
He was based and he was ahead of his time. So which is crazy. I like Tolkien. Not a big fan of the books though.
Oh, I like both. I like it all. I like and it was like a weird thing too, where the age where I should have been reading Lord of the Rings, it was almost over my head, and so I really didn't start liking Tolkien until I was in my 20s.
Right. See, I have never been able to do the whole medieval fantasy thing. I don't know why. Which is weird. I do like Dungeons and Dragons. Although I prefer to watch people play it instead of play it myself. So there's some stuff I do like, but the medieval fantasy, it's just not something I've been able to get into, excluding a couple of things. So
I watched your show the other night about the one you did this week about is the Satanic Panic back?
Mm-hmm.
And you did bring up Dungeons and Dragons at one point, because you were watching that video from what is that guy like? Was he like a Mormon guy, kind of excusing?
Yeah. So he's pro Satanic Panic. His name's Jonah, and he works for a company called Ward Radio. And I'm actually working on a rebuttal to him, because he did a 5-part series. Apparently there's a 6th episode. I haven't seen it. But it's so egregious that I'm working on a rebuttal to it, because it's that bad. Like it's but
that's something, like, because I was a nerdy kid. I like comic books and stuff, and
same.
Played around with Dungeons and Dragons a little bit in high school. I had a friend who got really into it, and he got into it to the point where he's like full on like pagan shit.
Right.
So, like, to this day, I haven't talked to him in like 20 years, but like the couple times he's kind of showed up across my radar on social media, like he's full on into this shit. He does like the thing where the guys get dressed up like knights and shit.
LARPers.
They hit each other with padded sticks and
night LARPers.
And but I always kind of made the assumption that a lot of the occult stuff in these different media was like, these are just people being creative. They're making this shit up on the fly. So then kind of learning that, Gary Gygax consulted Wiccans about the spells in his D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And when you brought that up, I had a flashback to being a teenager and like fighting with my mom about, Mom, it's just fantasy. It's all make believe. There's nothing real about this.
Right. Yeah.
Because you asked a question a couple times about people who remember that era, and I actually do. I remember, like, I'm not so old that I was a teenager in the 80s, but like I was a teenager in kind of like the aftermath of the Satanic Panic, and in the 90s, just being confronted
by cool down period during false memory syndrome stuff.
Being confronted, still being confronted by like parents and teachers and stuff about like, you know, like my Danzig t-shirt is gonna somehow compromise my soul.
Right.
And you know, or playing Dungeons and Dragons, or like how my comic books were satanic. And
Right.
you know, from my perspective as a kid, it's like, you know, these are just people creating fantasy.
Yeah, like this is I just like it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a mind fuck as an old man, realizing like, oh shit, like a lot of the symbology in these Hellboy comic books are actual cult symbology, and it's not just like, not just the artist being like, oh, that looks kind of satanic, that kind of looks
Right.
no, like they knew what they were doing because they're into that shit.
Right, exactly. And that's actually what's so insidious about the Satanic Panic, is because there was a reason for people to fucking panic. You know, like there was a genuine push for the occult to to try to bring the youth into the occult movement, and it worked.
Oh, it did, totally worked.
So
and especially like post Satanic Panic, where, oh, actually there weren't actual Satanists, it was a bunch of pearl clutching moms.
Right. And there was that too.
It was that too, but it gave a lot of like kids from my generation the excuse of being like, oh, so it's actually okay for me to dabble in Wicca or whatever. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Well, because they demonized one side to the point of like, oh, look how stupid and crazy they are.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like the very fact of saying panic implies like being unreasonable and being hysterical. And so even just that term Satanic Panic, or the comparison of the witch hunt. Oh, it's just a witch hunt, which I started thinking about. Were you taught about the Salem witch trials in like really early school years?
Actually, I was. Like,
okay. So now I've got kind of a working theory, because I was as well, and I've met almost everyone I've talked to was. And I wonder why, because it's such a weird thing. Why the Salem witch trials?
So, well, I almost think it's I almost think it's commie shit. So it was
Right.
through the lens of the Crucible.
Right.
And then like, so, you know, we had to read the Crucible in high school, and we had to, you know, I had an English class where we actually had to like read it aloud and kind of perform it.
Interesting.
And then it's like, actually, this isn't about witchcraft, it's about communism. And
right.
But even still,
same thing.
yeah. And I do remember sort of elementary age being taught about the Salem witch trials.
Yeah. I was taught about it in multiple grades, like back to back. It was like, looking on it now, I don't understand it, because like I don't remember learning anything else from that time period. Not really. I mean, it was like really sparse, you know.
Thanksgiving story,
right?
Shit.
Right. Like, so that's, let's see, Salem was 1640s, Pilgrims, 1670s, I think, 1660s. So, I mean, it's a pretty big jump. And then like nothing for like a long time. I guess Jonestown, and then it's like another big jump, you know. It just seemed weird. And it's not the real story. It's like a bastardized Christopher Columbus version of the story that everyone got taught. So,
yeah. And I don't think I think I was much older before I learned that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they taught me this in school and I just kind of, it was in one ear and out the other, but that the Crucible, like characters in the Crucible were actually real people.
Right.
But even so, I have a theory about the Satanic Panic. And it's funny because what's the book that they push? Michelle remembers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, this book came out, and then suddenly, no, it was fucking Oprah and Donahue and Geraldo. That's who pushed it, right? Because people don't read books. So it's almost like they use the media outlets to push the narrative that there are actually secret Satanists everywhere, and they whip up this panic, and then they flip it, and like actually all these like crazy Christian moms are panicking, and then after that you have this sort of swell of people developing an actual interest in the occult, and it was so it's almost like the whole it was just a psyop to kind of like usher this in.
So I mean, that's pretty much it. It's kind of like, so they ramped everyone up. They got everyone all hysterical, intentionally, and they got them, more hysterical than they would have been if not, they wouldn't have been messed with at all. And because they were pushed so far, anything that was real wasn't as intense now. So it's the desensitization theory.
Yeah, and then you look like a nut if you're still trying to confront it.
Right. Because for some reason, Satanists are the only ones that won't hurt kids or something. I don't know where that fucking came from, but that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's like, because that is what it is. It's like, and in the Church of Satan, there is a commandment. They call them the Satanic sins, and then the 11 satanic rules of the earth, to not hurt children. And it's like, but at the same time, Satanists are also taught to lie.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can follow the don't hurt children, but you can also lie about it, because a good Satanist would do either.
Right.
A good Satanist will do whatever it is in the moment that best benefits him.
So, you mind if I ask you some questions about Satanism?
No, not at all.
So, was there like a building that you went to and there would be like sort of like anti-masses or something, or was it just kind of like?
No, I never attended a black mass, which is what they are. And a black mass is literally like the
inversion.
Yeah, the inversion of just mass, right? So most of the ritual stuff with like LaVeyan Satanists, it's psychodrama, right? So you're putting on a play. It makes you feel good. It freaks Christians out. It freaks them out.
Oh, yeah.
It just pisses them off and angers them. I mean, some people were freaked out. It's kind of just them being troll assholes, But yeah, I never attended a black mass. I did attend rituals, because that's kind of a common thing. It's like a drug dealer trying to get the undercover to smoke a joint or whatever, It's like, you got to jail me if you're a cop, It's like,
they're feeling you out to see how far you go.
Right. Well, and so there would be special events, right? So just the other day, I was trying to look up and see like what was going on around Salt Lake, because JJ came through town. So
were you gonna like take him to go watch like a thing or something?
Yeah. So it was funny. I was looking up what was going on, and I saw that the Satanic Temple was having a public meetup. I was like, we could go. I was kidding, but so they would have public events. They'll go out to, like, they always had a booth at Pride, which is literally gay, whatever. which is also why I never was an official member of the Satanic Temple, the Church of Satan. I don't like authority.
Yeah.
And so I could never, and Satanists are an all or nothing thing. So you, like, if somebody's above you or whatever, you do as they say. So, and that's it. There's no other option. It's not an or else. It's you just do as they say. And that's just kind of how the structure works. I can't handle that. So I could never do it, but I would hang out.
That's cult shit.
It is. It is. It's kind of like a libertarian.
I don't know. When I learned that about you, I thought that was really fascinating.
Yeah, I'm not too proud of it, but trying to make up for it.
Shit, I mean, I'm not proud of a lot of the shit I believed when I was younger.
Right.
It's normal to go through life and figure things out. I mean, because I've spent my whole adult life as an atheist, and
right.
And there was a long time there. There was like a long time in my 20s where I probably could have fallen into the Church of Satan because I was such an edgy atheist.
Right.
And I really loved pissing off the Christians.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think that's one of the more nefarious things that like the Church of Satan kind of presents itself as. Well, we're really we're just a bunch of heavy metal, like edgy atheists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just more of a social group. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the same shit like the Freemasons do. That's, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, oh, actually, we're
how to get you in the door.
Yeah.
Well, and that's so like Satanists and non-Satanists will always do the thing like, oh, Anton LaVey was a con artist. He's not a real Satanist. And it's like, no, he's the most Satanist because he's done the most for the belief system. He created the on-ramp for everyone because everyone's introduction, like if you're serious, everyone's introduction is through LaVey. So whether you stay there or not is a whole different thing because once you're into LaVey, then you're like, that's not for me. I want to go harder. Then you go to the Temple of Set or start your own thing.
I want to be even gayer and I want to style my eyebrows.
Exactly. So like all Satanists go through LaVey, period. So, I mean, and I guess unless you're a multi-generational satanic family, and then in which case you're going to be worshiping your family bloodline because, Satanism is all about the worship of self because you yourself are a god just like God,
So I thought that was really interesting the other day, or not just like I've heard you say it a few times that they're very into eugenics, but they present themselves as very like sort of like left wing philosophy and organization.
Some of them are hardcore right wing.
Yeah, but well, I mean, you wouldn't like your average person wouldn't know that,
right?
You know what I mean? Your average person wouldn't know that, and as a matter of fact, a friend of mine's stepson apparently was joining the church, and he thought it was fun. He's like, the kid's joining the Church of Satan. And even it was a couple years ago, and this is like I was a very different sort of place,
right?
My views of religion at the time. Even still, I kind of recoil. I was like, ugh, like why?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. He's into it. Thinks it's funny. I'm like, yeah, but.
Really?
It's just gonna be a bunch of purple-haired assholes and fucking leather jackets being super edgelords.
Right. There is that. There is definitely that. But there's definitely more than that. So
yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like I wouldn't fucking 4 years ago I wouldn't have known that.
Right. It's all about the intent. Anything related to the occult, it's all about the intent. And so if you go in literally just to be a purple-haired asshole, you'll stay there. That's all you'll do. You'll dress like you're a standard Satanist. And then, you know, they might ask you to take out the trash and make phone calls to the other purple-haired assholes. Ask you to watch the booth at the Pride Festival or whatever. And then that's where you'll stay, and then you'll piss off your Christian families and, you know, drive a wedge between everyone. It's great life, great life. But then there are people that go in with the intent of like moving up, you know, because some people genuinely do believe this stuff to the point of like, I need help getting ahead. I already believe it. So let's climb the corporate ladder, so to speak. And it's the egotism, the social Darwinism. Let's see, what was the other one? The egotism, social Darwinism. Why am I blanking on this? It's been a long day.
It's late.
Right. Yeah, we were going to start wrapping up here soon, so I don't keep you too late. But the idea that I have to step on other people, I have to put other people physically down, otherwise I won't be successful on my way up. So just being a piece of shit, like a genuine piece of shit. And like I said, I'm not proud to admit that I definitely believe that. You know, so it's just like, well, I have to do, or they have to do bad for me to do good, basically. And I'm going to make sure that I'm the one that makes sure they do bad so that I do good. So it's fucked, but you know, also when you're, you know, a fatherless 20-year-old with a bunch of angst and, you know, it fits perfect. So
you find dumb shit when you're a come from a single parent household and you're fucking just mad. You're just mad at the world.
Right.
You're gonna find the worst shit.
Oh yeah. Well, and there's so much shit to step in.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Let's see. There was one thing I wanted to bring up real quick. Let's see. We did talk about run-ins with the feds. Okay, I wanted to make sure and bring that up. Let's see. Memetic warfare. I wanted to mention this before we got out of here. So, memetic warfare, for those who don't know, is the deliberate use of memes to wage psychological or cultural war, shaping how entire populations think, what they believe is normal, and what they're willing to accept. It's been formally studied by NATO, fucking gag, and the U.S. military. A 2015 NATO report described memes as a strategic weapon in modern conflict. The idea is simple. Control the meme, control the narrative. Control the narrative, control the culture. So meme magic, because these are two different concepts, meme magic is a concept that emerged from internet culture. The idea that a meme created and spread with enough collective intention and energy can actually influence real-world events. It sounds absurd on the surface, but the people who take it seriously point to examples like the 2016 election cycle, where memes appeared to move political reality faster than any traditional media. Pepe, well, you know?
That's exactly it. Donald Trump wouldn't be president if meme magic wasn't real.
Right.
And then, like I said, with
all this shit,
yeah, like I said, with the way that they would create people with connections into the actual government and institutions, That's why they create these group chats to drive narratives.
Right.
Because there, because you can have like an organic wave of like, creators who are actually genuinely pissed off at a specific news event or issue.
Right.
And then the memes is going to be kind of like self-replicating. But then they start these fucking group chats and like, hey, we really want you to push on this. And
weird.
And then it creates the fucking, I'm blanking on the word, but it creates the false perception that like something is organic when it's completely not.
Right. Yeah, that is a false reality. So that this goes on to say that, the 2016 election cycle, where memes appeared to move political reality faster than any traditional media, some connect this to chaos magic and sigil work, and the idea that focused collective belief creates outcomes, whether you take the metaphysical angle or the purely psychological one. The phenomenon is real. The mechanism is debated. So the reason why this mattered is because largely the audience that watched this show, all of you fine folk, you guys typically understand psychology, occultism, intelligence programs. Meme magic is where internet culture, mass psychology, and possibly internet occult mythology kind of converge all into one. And it's one of the most undercovered legitimate research topics in this space, but it's probably one of the most impactful ones on all of our lives daily. So that's why I had to bring it up. And, it's, I think this was a great conversation, and I had a blast talking with you. Definitely want to get you back at some point. So, any parting words before we get out of here?
No. I wish I did. I wish I was profound and had something very intelligent to say, but I don't.
I love Austin, but it's a little refreshing to not get a 15-minute diatribe at the end.
Oh man, speaking of Austin,
love you, Austin.
I have some, I don't wear glasses, but I have like some anti-blue light glasses.
Yeah.
So I was almost gonna do this and have the camera like framed right on my face.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. We should get you. You did Already Dead, didn't you?
I co-created Already Dead.
Oh, there you go.
Already Dead was my idea.
I remember that. I remember you saying something about that. I saw the comment where you said that they should do a show together.
I was sorry for stuttering, but
no, you're good.
Through finding kind of like Reed Coverdale and kind of being a fan of him, like I kind of found the larger Tower Gang verse, and I really got into Jose's stuff because of the OKC.
Oh yeah,
all those OKC.
I never even thought about OKC until I ran into his stuff.
Oh no, because that was just reality. Was that a crazy white supremacist?
Right.
And his buddies from Michigan went and blew up a building in Oklahoma.
Right.
And the thought that there was anything bigger there never even crossed my mind until I came across Jose's content.
Yeah, me either. And I'm super conspiracy minded.
Yeah.
Never even thought about it.
And then, but Jose started having Austin on to talk about the Finders, perhaps. Yeah. And the most entertaining part of the show, in my opinion, was when they would get sidetracked. And so because I had kind of got through Jose, I became a fan of Austin. And then because I had kind of like a larger presence on Instagram and stuff, I was trying to promote these guys as best I can and kind of got friendly. And I was like, hey, what if you guys did a weekly show where you just didn't have a topic and you could, go off the rails?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing that because I sent a message to Austin and said, dude, do it. So
yeah, so
that's wild. I forgot about that until now.
Yeah. The name I suggested was Jolly on Time. And I made a
Jolly on Time.
I made a logo, a parody of the Jolly Time popcorn logo, but it said Jolly on.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I like that.
But no, I like the Already Dead name. That was a better idea than what my idea was.
Right. Yeah, let's get you back on at some point. That would be a fun show.
See,
and also come in full circle.
Yeah. The problem is because I work and live a second shift lifestyle.
Time. Yeah, I didn't even think about that because it's always scheduled at the right time or at the same time, I mean.
Yeah, and because you're in a later time zone, like, something like this is easy for me to do, but like on a weekday at 9, the best I can do is listen in a headphone while I'm at work.
Right. I'm gonna put my brain on that. See if there's something that could get figured out. Maybe.
Actually, I want to talk to you about a couple ideas that client number 9 has been pushing on me.
Yeah, of course. Let's wrap up and get out of here. We're at 2 hours, so this is a good way to end the week.
Thanks for having me on. I've actually been wanting to talk to you for a while.
Yeah,
I know I'm not super communicative on online, but like I said, I'm paranoid.
I get it, dude.
And
I get it.
So yeah. Anytime you want to.
Thanks for coming on. Like I said, I actually do think this is an important conversation because memes really do play such a big part of our culture, and you are really good at it.
Thank you.
Like, seriously, one of my favorites. Well, actually, I would probably say my favorite because I can't think of anyone else.
Oh.
I haven't actually saved anyone's memes, like, and looked at it and been like, I'm gonna save this so I can frame it or something. Like, you could ask my wife. I've shown her some of your memes and been like, babe, we've got to get it printed and framed. But it truly was a pleasure.
That's
extremely
flattering.
This is
thank you.
Of course. I do think that this actually is a really big topic. It's kind of like what I was saying. It's underreported, it's undercovered. But it's legitimate research topics that, I mean, there's universities all over the states researching this very phenomenon. The fact that so much information can be passed on basically with like symbols, just like, instantly. It's
so cybernetic street art, man. It's like it's no different than graffiti or street art in the 80s and 90s. This is we're just doing it online. And if you're doing it right, you can communicate so much information. You can get fantastic points across. And you gotta have like an economy of words. You gotta have a clever point of view, and you gotta be good at image manipulation. You got to be good at editing. Don't rely on AI. If you're making AI memes, you're not doing a good job.
That's not making memes.
Your Grok is making your memes.
Yeah, exactly. Where can people find you?
You can find me at the most convoluted at ever. It's at _NAMROK because the ad I wanted was taken.
I hate that.
I know. So NAMROK comes from a 90s sequel to Roger Corman made a movie with the Ramones in the 70s called Rock and Roll High School.
Right.
There's a sequel in
Great
the
movie.
90s with Corey Feldman, and one of the side characters is NAMROK. And it was a movie I loved as a kid, and it's got one of the funniest scenes in a movie ever. And it was like an online handle I would use periodically, and I didn't think I would be a successful memer, and I used this name. So now I'm stuck with it. I'm happy with it.
Right.
I wish the @NAMROK had been available when I started my account, but it wasn't.
Right. No, I think it's actually perfect though, because it's symmetrical.
Yeah.
So you lucked out there. Because you have to have a little bit more complicated. It can stick out in people's minds. So, I think it worked out for the best. His links will be in the episode description. Make sure and go give him a follow. You will love the things that he creates. It's just great. And honestly, there's so much bullshit out there that like flipping the script, making people think, that's one of the most important things I personally think. And since we live in such a violent, hateful world and everything, when you can spread that message, you can actually get people to think without like spreading actual violence or anything like the state does. When you can get people to use, like JJ says, their brain hole for God's intended purpose, that's like actually making a difference. So I think it's great. And so I just really appreciate it. I appreciate your talent, and I'm looking forward to future conversations, especially diving into this and just more culture stuff. And it's going to be a blast. So go check this stuff out. And yeah, on that note, make sure and go to allmylinks.com/rise to liberty. Make sure and check out Beware the Mockingbird on Substack. And then I think that's about it. Let's see. Instagram, Telegram X, YouTube Rumble X. It's where I stream. Next show will be Monday. Monday, it's going to be kind of early in the afternoon. I'm going to get it as early as possible. I'm going to be doing like premium content here soon. There's going to be a full announcement of all that and everything, because I know that certain people have noticed that on the audio shows there's now ads, so I want to offer the ad-free version. So there's going to be the ad-free version, or you could just watch it here, so there's always that option. But on that note, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like, share, subscribe on the way out. And until next time, stay free.